So right now you're thinking about what stocks to invest in because the market has been insane, right? Like we've been seeing the market go up. We've been seeing some stocks go up nearly 200%. And that's not even a joke. So we want to make an episode where we go over stocks you have not probably heard of. So make sure you stick till the end because we're going to break down everything you need to know. So let's get right into it, bro.
Yeah, so we got a couple sleepers in here right now. So I wanna first bring up no, not Tesla. We've all heard of Tesla. No, I want to first bring up Palo Alto Networks. So this is a cybersecurity company, and we actually talked to you about a cybersecurity ETF. We talking about back in the heart of the bear market. We talking about last year, and these cybersecurity companies that we brought up have done well. Like something that we specifically mentioned was Palo Alto Networks. And if you look at even this ETF here, Cyber, we brought this up on the episode. We also brought up another ETF called the Bug ETF. Both of these are cybersecurity focused ETFs. And if you look at their top holdings, Palo Alto Network is right there at the top, right? It's number 2 in this one. It was number 2 on the BUG ETF. And so what I like about them, not just the fact that they're at all-time highs, but they're highly valued from those who are looking for cybersecurity companies. And knowing that we're in an AI revolution and knowing that companies, everything is data driven right now, you need a quality cybersecurity company to help out your business if you're planning to be any bit of relevant in this upcoming society. So here's your pick, you know what I mean? It's Palo Alto Networks looks really good. And as you see on the chart, remember directionally, if it's going up and to the right, that's what you want to see. And this is a weekly chart, meaning every candle represents 1 week. Look how many weeks in a row it's just been going up and up. The market just experienced a pullback, and then now they're back to moving to the upside. So I still like it going up, going forward. What you think?
Yeah, so I would actually add on this one, just to make sure, like you guys heard him say AI, like at the end of the day, if you look at, it's not just the AI train that we're hopping on. Well, if you just move a little bit to the left, just so they could even see like 2021. So just look at it, right? Like it's been going up and up since 2020, honestly. It's been 3 years at this point, and it's all based on technology. We know data is important. We know protecting your data is important. So I think it's a great pick. Even if it pulls back, even if people are worried like, oh, we might experience a bear market, because I know a lot of people are predicting it. There's a lot of recession news. This is a company that I wouldn't mind holding for the next 5 years or so because of the potential it has and how well they've been doing.
Yeah, man, I'm telling you, they're critically acclaimed. So I like this one. Something else that is also a standout to me has been Eli Lilly. Eli Lilly, like, bruh, this chart shows you really up and to the right. You can see like it just been going up and up and up. Like they experienced a little pullback in the early parts of this year, but then ever since that, look at the rest of the year. Starting in March all the way to now, straight green candles all the way up and to the right. The price has been pushing up, and I think they have a lot more room to go. While the whole market was experiencing a bull market in 2022, 2022 was thank you, a bear market. While the whole market was in a bear market, look at Eli Lilly. Yep. They were doing well last year while everybody else was doing bad. They had their little pullback for 3 months, and then after that, they've been pushing ever since up until today. We're talking about all-time highs still being made consistently.
And it's crazy because we don't really encourage people to get in at all-time highs, right? Like that's not what we say. But at the end of the day, we have to stop trying to fight against the market. Like if you zoom out, bro, really quick for me, and just show where we've been at, like just look at this company. It's not a company that's coming out of nowhere. If you haven't heard of this company, it's actually highly recommended by even Berkshire Hathaway, which is Warren Buffett's company. And on top of that, it's made an amazing run. It's actually averaging about, I believe, more than 25% in the last 5 years, annual gains. So it's a very good company. Once again, even if we do pull back and you're seeing yourself getting in at weird prices, it would make sense that, it's not bad to hold. If you just click that 5-year point for me really quickly, look at this. So in the last 5 years, that's what it's giving you total. So annually, you're nearly getting more. You're getting way more than 25. Honestly, you're getting way more than that.
And for those listening on podcasts, it says Eli Lilly is up about 425% in the past 5 years.
Yeah, that's insane.
It's insane. That's insane. Even just in the past year, right? We're talking about from what, this 80% in the past year, bro. Like, dude,
Yeah.
you can't beat that. And then year to
It's not
date,
a
he's
small
got
company.
52.
It's not like a small cap company. You know, it has
Nah,
a
not at all.
$525 billion market cap.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Nah,
It-
they're going crazy.
right, exactly. So you want me to move on to other ones?
I show one quick thing before
Yeah.
I get a screen back. Is the infamous Bitcoin. Not nothing we've never heard of before, but a lot of people were counting Bitcoin out. I expected a deeper pullback, and then they had a monster day today. At the time of this recording, we saw that there's some news that a Grayscale, they got ahead on it on SEC case, right? So thankfully we got some good crypto news. You know, we're crypto supporters here. I expected a deeper pullback personally. They had a monster day today. Bitcoin's up like 7%, and so. Listen, they look good to the upside still. We'll see what the upcoming days give us. We got some economic news towards the later parts of this week, so we'll see how it affects things. But Bitcoin looks good, and so does Ethereum. So, I'll leave it at that.
Yeah, nah, for sure. I mean, you guys already know, like, I think we're big supporters of crypto. So let's move on to another stock right now. Let's stay on this AI focus and technology focused train. But before we do that, if you're still watching, please make sure you like this video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so. Liking this video helps us out a lot. So please make sure you do that right now.
Hold on. Actually subscribe. Actually subscribe, please. Hit the button. I know you're listening to me right now. Subscribe. Thank you. I appreciate you a lot.
That's a fact. All right, so let's move on to this one, right? I want to talk about Salesforce. So people who don't know, the ticker symbol is CRM. The reason why I like them is, one, if you're in any type of corporate America world, more than likely you're using Salesforce, right? Salesforce has a huge control over corporate America in terms of the tech sector, in terms of the finance sector, in terms of just products in general. So it's very helpful. But this is what I like about them. Since we know they're going into the whole AI world, we know everyone in the world is talking about AI in general. They've actually come out with a lot of AI tools. So it says right here, they have 9 different models. So they talk about sales, service, marketing, commerce, Slack, Tableau, Flow. I've used about 4 of these already. Everyone uses Tableau all the time. People use MuleSoft all the time. This is a company that will continue to grow. They've been performing pretty well year to date. And once again, a company that I personally would not mind holding for the next 5 years if we do see a pullback. So that's a company for you guys as well, on top of what Rel has mentioned. Now, if you guys are still watching and you've been watching this for a while, we talk about ETFs a lot because I think it's a safe way of going about things. So let's just talk about one thing really quick. So let's talk about VUG. So we know that we're headed towards something that's continuing to hit all times. We don't want to fight against the market. So why don't we focus on growth ETFs? So when you think about it, let's look at the top holdings of this ETF, right? Because at the end of the day, it's been performing pretty well. And would you look at that? Rel? We got Apple, we got Microsoft, we got Amazon, Nvidia, Google, Tesla, Meta, and then would you look at that? Eli Lilly and Visa. If you just think about it, the stocks that we just talked about are basically on here, right? We always talk about Apple, Microsoft, yada, yada, yada. But Eli Lilly is the first time we're talking about this on this channel, and you see it on the holdings already. Before this video, Rel and I were talking about Visa. You see it on this channel, and you see it on this ETF. So if you didn't want to just invest in this ETF, you're like, I'm not sure, I'll just show you guys really quickly.
While he pulls that up, a quick point on Visa is a credit card company like that. Consumer spending is up right now. People are spending money. We're at all-time highs on credit debt because people are spending their credit card. They're benefiting from that. Also, it's a high interest rate environment right now. As we know, the highest rates we've had in a very, very long time. They're benefiting from that at the same time. Usually they should offset each other, but we're in a unique time where people are spending even though rates are so high. So credit card companies are severely benefiting off that. I think you even told me Visa hit an all-time high recently too, right?
Yeah, I did. And the crazy part is, guys, just keep in mind, it's the largest credit company in the country. So it's higher than MasterCard. It has a lot of different benefits. So that's a thing that you guys want to consider. But just think about it on this scale. VUG, look at it. Year to date, it's up 35%. On the 1 year, up 19%. 5 years, 78%. So if you want to invest in this, it would make sense. It really would. If you want to do technology, we've been talking about AI this whole time. I just want you guys to pay very close attention. So now, if I type in VGT here, Look at this right here. 38%. 1 year, nearly 25%. 5 years, 116%. So you guys can ride the wave on this as well. But let's look at their holdings, right? If you guys want to not invest in individuals and you guys want to rock with ETFs, great. But if you want to do individuals, on top of what we just mentioned, would you look at that? We got Apple, we got Microsoft, we got NVIDIA. Didn't Hanu just talk about Salesforce? It's right here. I didn't even think about that. We talked about Accenture before, because when you guys think about AI, Accenture is a consulting company. People need to figure out AI and what it does. Accenture is going to be big because they're going to have experts who learn this field and then help out other companies. You got AMD, you got Cisco. Rel just talked about cybersecurity and how Cisco was the number one holding in a cybersecurity ETF. So rather than go ahead.
I was just saying, let AMD mess around and start introducing the AI products.
Right, you know what I mean? Like, rather than thinking what company is the next one to blow up, let these funds do the work for you. Go look at their portfolio composition, look at their top 10 holdings, and think about it. Apple and Microsoft are making up 40% of the actual ETF. So why would you not? And I mean, think about it. In the last 5 years, it's been 116%. If it was me, I personally would just do Apple, Microsoft, NVIDIA as my top holdings. And then I would mess around, come over here and say, let me see what else. Oh, Tesla looks good because I like Tesla. I like Eli Lilly. Boom. I'll invest in that. Man. So the name of the game is not to think about the next big stock. We always tell you guys, let the people and the money that's already flowing make the decisions for you.
Yeah, and I'll tell you, Meta and Tesla really look good to the upside, by the way. I like Meta and Tesla. Like, I see Tesla heading back to that 315 and higher. So I like upside on them. And I wanted to make a quick point about the Visa thing. I know I mentioned that consumer spending is high and everything, but because think about it, we have a lot of credit card debt right now, right? Mm-hmm. But delinquencies are low. Delinquencies are not anything alarming. So I know people do have credit debt, but it's being paid off. So the company doesn't really have to deal with too much delinquencies right now. So that's one thing. And the introduction of FedNow is the bear case. So you want to be careful if FedNow starts to bring competition to the credit card space. But if you're looking at Visa, I definitely wanted to make that clear. And another thing that I had down here was just the all-time highs. You mentioned that we're close to all-time highs in the market. And so people are kind of scared of buying the top. And I understand that fear because we are just about 6% off of all-time highs as far as the S&P 500 goes. Mm-hmm. So I get that concern, but you got to kind of think about how bull markets develop. There's going to be a period where we're entering the old highs from before. We still have to exceed them. So there's still a long way to go as far as the bull market. Like, people who are in the financial space may have felt like, man, we've been running for so long. We've been running for the last 9 months, but there's a lot of people who have not been investing and been scared of the market. They're going to be joining the party late. Like, they're going to join the party after we break the old all-time highs. So there's a lot of money that's actually on the sidelines. There's actually a lot of, especially even experts and fund managers who have not been heavy in the market because they felt like we shouldn't be running. They felt like we shouldn't be running, but we keep running. So they can't fight the trend. And eventually, especially towards the end of this year, they're going to have to hop in. They got to join the party because their investors is like, yo, why are you on the sidelines when the market is up 20-something%? Like, how are you going to be on the sidelines? So they're going to have to join in, and it becomes a tsunami of new money entering. So I would say there's still potentially a lot of room to the upside. But if we do experience a pullback, because it could still happen, like Newski said, the companies we named are things that you shouldn't have a problem holding if we do have a pullback.
And if you don't want to do companies, you could always do the ETFs. I know a lot of people might be thinking as well, if you're still watching, you know what I mean? Like, you might be thinking, because you're really a nerd if you're still watching, which I respect. At the end of the day, tax harvesting. So people usually sell a lot of their stocks at the end of the year because they want to not capitalize, but they want to take advantage of the fact that they lost money so they could do that on their taxes, right? They write that off. We're not at that point yet. We're not at December. We're not at November. So people are not going to sell off yet. So you still have a couple of months to cash that rally. Plus, what Rel said is a great point. The actual people who invest this money have been sitting back a lot. So they have to make the returns. So I definitely agree on that point as well. So it's going to be exciting. Let us know what you guys think. Let us know if you guys like the stocks we talked about. We personally will be doing it. This is not advice for you guys, but this is just something that you guys should consider. All right, so you do what you want with this information. But if you're still watching, we appreciate you. Thank you. Please make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to this channel. Please, please, please. Also, please make sure you click that little notification because we drop
2 videos a week,
and you don't want to miss them. Check us out on Monday, but until then, peace.
Peace.
Soundstripe.